Varsity Club, welcome back to another classic. We've got a brand new season, and the first game is against number 13 FSU, but the good news is we're ranked number 1. And as we look through the preseason rankings, you're seeing us again in number 1, Clemson, Georgia, Michigan, and Miami, who we beat in the title game, rounding out your top 5. Notre Dame, USC, still there. LSU, our rivals there in the top 10. We're seeing a lot of the particular names that we're used to seeing up in that area, so I'm not really surprised. But look at Army and Navy both being in the top 25. We've been so used to seeing Jason Barr's name at the top of the Heisman voting, and, well, he's obviously graduated, playing in the NFL at this point, and so we're looking at Brooks from Georgia. We're seeing Callahan from Northwestern. I think this is Northwestern. You're seeing Michigan have Nash. You're seeing Robinson from Notre Dame, a familiar face from the years prior. Only an 80 overall, though, which is weird considering how good he's been. Then we're seeing Eric Brown from Navy up there as well. Navy, again, has a good team. We'll see what they can do. Now, I know a big question for a lot of you guys is, well, where did Cedric Thornton go? Well, he ended up landing at Texas Tech. Again, a dude that is from Texas, wanted to go back home, found a school that wanted to take him, and it's a school that's going to allow him to pass the football a whole lot. We'll see how he does. Now, College Football Revamped ended up putting out the second version of the scouting tool, and it is significantly better, which means we're going to have higher overalls. We're going to have players that are jumping up and down across the board in terms of booms and busts. It is significantly more difficult to recruit now than before, and I like it. Now, with that being said, we got a couple of visits ultimately scheduled at this point. I think we scheduled 2 so far. We've one for Gavin Lyon, who's a corner, who, again, is not really going to be moving the needle too much. We have another for Darius Richardson, another corner. Both of these guys are kind of visiting a little bit later in the season, so we'll see how they ultimately do. But, again, we try to get some other people in this school ASAP because we're going to need some help. And the last little bit of news we want to do before the game starts is that Patrick McDonald, the 5-star freshman quarterback, the true freshman, he's getting an opportunity to start. I know we had Kendrick. He helped win the national title for our team. When we did sort of the practices and we looked to see who was the better opportunity out there, McDonald won the QB battle. The other quarterback we have is obviously being redshirted, so it's between McDonald and Kendrick. McDonald won. Kendrick will still get playing time, but McDonald, he gets a nod for opening day. We have not started a true freshman quarterback since, I believe, John McConnell is like the opening day starter. That just feels like unbelievably wild. And McDonald gets his first year and he fumbles. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. With that, you could probably argue that somewhere in the sidelines, Joe Kendrick was smiling a little bit. Maybe not laughing, but probably smiling a little bit. Florida State has unbelievable field position. They're going to try to move this ball quickly in the red zone here. And in the end zone, we see Shackelford, who's getting this start. The 6'6" true freshman is getting a start at safety this year. When you see number 23 in the field, just know that is a tall gentleman that's going to be trying to make sure he gets some plays this season for our squad. 2nd and 10. Florida State didn't do really much in that last play. George Fry coming in with the blitz. There's a lot of pressure. They throw one over the top, and Emma goes out of bounds. Big time plays coming up, playing the pass the whole way. Fry and company trying to keep everybody in front of him. No first downs is the goal. The quarterback's panicking a little bit. He throws as he gets hit. What a big time shot off the edge, and he goes nowhere with that. So our true freshman at home fumbles in the very first play he touches the football, which again is not ideal. But again, true freshman nerves. Let me get into him a little bit. But our defense is looking like a championship level. They come out here against number 13 FSU, who had an opportunity to walk into the end zone, and they said, no, kick a field goal. That's all you're getting. Whoa, wait a second. I forgot to tell you something, okay? Pay attention to this entire video. You want to watch the entire video because I'm about to drop something big if you're a Cascade Valley fan and you don't want to miss it. Back to the video. On the bright side, though, this season, we have the fan favorite Sean Stewart, the touchdown vulture himself, getting an opportunity to carry the football. On his very first carry, goes for a first down, and then he fumbles. What is happening right now? Now, obviously, we just cannot believe what's happening right now. 2 plays, 2 fumbles, not ideal. We're going to challenge that one, though. It looks to me like Sean Stewart has at least his left elbow down, which would rule him officially down. Ground causing the fumble. That one's going to be close. I'm hoping the referees side with us to see what they ultimately say, but good Lord, give us the ball back. You'd love to see it. We got the ball back. I was hoping the turnovers would stop after what we saw on that first play, but good Lord. The turnovers are still real right now. And Stewart goes up the middle for 2. He gets hit hard. Big 2nd and 8 here. McDonald has an opportunity. Sees the big fella across the middle. It's Jeremy Willis. Is the #1 wide receiver this season. He's got some stuff to prove. That is McDonald's first complete pass of his young career. Hopefully many more in the future for him. Stewart getting the rock here. Give her a good carry again. It's another solid one going for 8. Willis out there on the left-hand side. We got Barrett in as well. McDonald's going to hand it off to Willis, who again has had some luck on end-out reverses, but that one's not going to work. 3rd and 5. We have an improved offensive line. We're going to go ahead and trust him right here. Stewart looking to make a play, gets hit hard. It's going to be 4th and short. Coach Mervin McMurvin on 4th and 2 is known to gamble it a couple of times. He's going right back here with a little bit of a gamble, but it's Sean Stewart, who we know can get those short yardage conversions, and he does just that. 2 set of downs, Barrett in the backfield as well. We got Terrence Williams, who's playing backup running back this season. McDonald Scrambles, throws one in. Jeremy Willis in the sea of people nearly catches it. 2nd and 10. McDonald kind of had a guy. Didn't want to risk it, and he smartly gets rid of it there. We've had 1 third down opportunity today. Didn't really go our way. We ended up being 0 for 1 on that one. Trying to make it 1 for 2 here. Sean Stewart, known to be great in the passing game, has had some great moments there. So I'm trying to stretch it. He's in the end zone. Sean Stewart, starting running back. And he's making plays out there. The last time we saw the defense, it was absolutely fantastic. Great effort by them overall to make sure they only gave up a field goal, not a touchdown, when there was, again, a terrible momentum happening with that fumble. Bass is going to stand up the running back, takes him down, but he picks up 6. The playbook hasn't really changed as much as we might have thought it would, but we still have a lot of different wrinkles that are sprinkled in there, both offensively and defensively this season. So 2nd and 4, Harvey getting in the backfield. We're going to see Fry step up and look at Mr. Fry come up with a huge tackle. Big-time players ain't big-time plays. We'll see if our guys can step up here. Brown and company trying to get a little bit of pressure on the quarterback. He's rattled a little bit out there, throws one off his back foot. Bernard Harvey drops an absolute easy one there. That's a gimme. You got to get it. Now, something I'm just realizing we didn't actually cover is the prestigious number 8 award. Went to none other than Mike Hemphill this season. Hemphill will be wearing number 8, focusing on defense, trying to become, again, that All-American stature that we saw from the previous seasons. He needs to regain that composure. Number 8 just might give him a little bit of that edge. That was a beautiful little strike there from McDonald. Ends up getting him 64 yards so far in the afternoon. Tom Baker looking to go deep, as is Jeremy Willis. Safety's going to blitz up. Believe Baker's got to step on him. He throws one. It's a little underneath, and that one's picked off for the first time in McDonald's career. Baker gets a tackle. You never want to see that happen. McDonald is super talented. We know mistakes like that are going to happen, but he's just got to get a little bit more oomph on that football. And if he does, man, that's a touchdown. Baker's still in the end zone, probably dancing at this point. But look at Fry with the big hit in the backfield. Big hit there again by Fry. We're bringing a little bit more of a blitz coming. Trying to protect the middle, and look at that. Another big hit. He only gets 2. Florida State is yet to convert a single third down so far. 0 for 2 in the afternoon. We're going to send a bit of a blitz there. They go with the fullback this time, and the fullback rumbling all over our team. Felt like a play action might have been happening there, but they were prepared to make a major play to go up the middle to give them plenty of room to run. They go back to the run game here, and I don't blame them after how good that works. Shackelford gets run over, but Hemphill, wearing again number 8, is going to get that tackle. 1st and 10. Bass looking to come over, but what a huge hit. Looks like Stephen Lowe in the backfield that time. Stephen Lowe was one of those guys that I thought might have been an afterthought. Honestly, when he first came on to play for this team, we were really having a hole in middle linebacker. Didn't think he'd play maybe more than 1 or 2 seasons. But this dude has become one of the most prestigious middle linebackers in team history. As he makes a tackle there as Alex Martin breaks off 31. Florida State starting to move around a little bit more than we want them to. They go with a little slant pass across the middle. They are breaking too many tackles as Shackelford gets him after 9. Not a lot of offense going on right now. I mean, we're still here at the end of the first quarter. Feels like a zillion plays have been run, but the offense is still pretty pedestrian. Under 200 combined yards between both teams. Bringing a blitz here. Jones throws another slant route. We cannot cover those right now. Last little play here, the first quarter. Jones under centers and hand this one off. They go to the edge. Bass is there and he rounds him up, but still Jackson gets the first. Super close game here after 1 between 2 incredibly top talented teams. Florida State though trying to even this up, but look at Lowe get in the backfield yet again. Stephen Lowe again, we talked about him, we raved about him earlier. He just gets better and better every year, and that is something that is incredibly difficult to do. Lowe again hitting him hard here after 8. We're definitely missing that incredible combo we had at defensive end these last couple of seasons. It's not great not having those guys, but it is what it is. And Stephen Lowe again. He might add even more hardware to his trophy case. Another big opportunity. Looks like their running back Jackson got hurt in one of the previous plays. But Florida State cannot convert for a touchdown here in the red zone. They're lining up for a field goal. That one is up. That one is good. They cut the lead to 1, but they should have 2 touchdowns at this point. Stewart and McDonald in the backfield. Stewart taking the carry. Was trying to get a block, but 73 could not get at the edge to help him out at all. Williams in the quarterback this time. Mixing things up a little bit. This one goes to Baker. Baker tries to cut back. He gets a little scared and he goes for a loss of 3. Again, we're switching things up at running back. We do have, again, a running back that transferred in Juco Robinson, who could be a pretty solid running back, but we have some guys we want to try out at the same time. Switching things up, though. Look at Williams go up. What a play by Terrence Williams. It's honestly no secret with a true freshman quarterback. You got to go out and make some plays sometimes to help bail him out somewhat. And, I mean, Williams did just that. Little 2nd and 9 action. McDonald under center. Pressure is pretty close. He throws it off his back foot, and honestly, he's got to set his feet there. We didn't get our first third down conversion, but honestly, we're 2 for 2 since that one, so there's some hope here. A little bit of optimism. He's trying to line up. Sending Baker back across the field a little bit later. 3rd and 9. Donald rolls out. Design little bootleg. Has his guy, you know what? He's got a little bit of legs. Not the fastest quarterback, about 81 speed or so, but he can get the job done. McDonald makes an adjustment. He's going to send Riley in the backfield with him. Little fake action. Likes his running back out of the backfield, but Stewart can't quite break a tackle and loses 2. 2nd and 12 after that loss. McDonald has some time. Throws one, and that one is batted away. We thought he was coming all the way over, but he did not. 3rd and long coming up. Big play here in 3rd and 12. McDonald looking for something. McDonald rolls up, tries to get rid of it at the last second. He can. He gets sacked, and Florida State's going to do a great job on defense forcing a punt. A little bit of time on the clock here left in the first half. Florida State, they've been doing pretty well. They just have not gotten into the end zone. They've tried their best, but it just has not worked out for them. But a great run on 1st down. Send a little bit of a blitz here, try to scare him somewhat. They do switch their guy over slightly. Washington slides over the left-hand side. Low coming in, just a little bit of pressure. Fry, I believe, has some pressure as well, but Florida State still gets the 1st down. Ben Jones for FSU, about 6 for 9, 69 yards passing so far. Again, not a crazy game for him, but he's still been efficient. They go underneath. Low is there. He ends up breaking that tackle. A couple of guys combined for the tackle after 9. 2nd is short. Got to imagine the run's coming here. Low's in the backfield. He just guessed the wrong side. DeMel Hill can't quite get the tackle. Fry is going to whiff on that one big time. He comes back with Hemphill's help and gets him after 26. By far one of the best drives that Florida State's put together right now. 2.5 minutes left. They're back to the passing game. They go underneath. Bass is there, though, and stops him after a short gain. In the first half, Chris Bass already has 6 tackles today. He put in an unbelievable amount of work in the offseason, and honestly, it's showing right now. They go back to the run. We have literally nobody there but Fry and Bass who are able to stop him. Can we get a stop here? 3rd and inches. Got to imagine Florida State goes to the run game. They do go to the run game. It's not the way we thought it was going to be. Harvey tries to get him, but Jones in the end zone 12 yards later. Florida State, they've got the lead. And we do get a studio update. Ohio State is in trouble right now. It's still early in the game, but they're tied 14-all with Boston College. Not a good look. With 1:41 left in the first half, things have been kind of tough for our young QB. But you know what? He's shown some great things, shown some things that obviously show a little bit of maturation is needed. But overall, we like what we're seeing. And we like that dot he throws to Jeremy Willis for 20. 2-minute drills for a young QB are obviously huge. And we want to see what our guys got right here. 1st down for him. All the time in the world, he finds open a wide open Anthony Minor. Minor, who has been sitting behind Jared Gold for God knows how long, gets into the end zone and puts some respect on his name. One of the best tight ends in the nation. You talk about your team coming back and answering. Good Lord, did they answer right there. Unreal drive. Minor goes down the field pretty quickly, and we get ourselves the lead right back. Jones throwing off his back foot. We got no one even paying attention. That one falls incomplete. Obviously, you have to imagine that Florida State's pretty much in pass territory. We're sending a little bit of a blitz, trying to make Ben Jones feel a little bit uncomfortable, and look at the big hit across the middle. That was Kendall Owens coming in on that tackle. Again, the defensive lineman comes back, drops in coverage, and honestly, can play pretty well. Maybe an outside linebacker. Just doesn't have the speed we necessarily want there. Fry Company blitzing, and they go for a halfback screen. We're trying to watch that one. Fry sees it, diagnoses it. Fowler is there, and they say he got the 1st down with the forward progress. Florida State has used 1 timeout. They're trying to make sure they get in the field here. 43 seconds left in the first half. They're looking for it. Fry is all over it. Fry, look at the big fella. First year starting, look at what he's doing, making plays. George Fry steps up, makes a huge play, and now we have the ball in unbelievable territory. McDonald under center for this one. Takes his time, finds his guy, Tom Baker. Tom Baker's going to get down about the 22. We're using the timeout here. Baker's first grab of the game here. Yeah, McDonald looking pretty good. The interception wasn't great earlier, but he's been pretty honestly good since then. Minor open yet again. His route tree is phenomenal. 14 yards on that one, using our 2nd timeout. 2 receptions, 69 yards. Minor's looking absolutely fantastic. He's been great in the blocking game, too. McDonald going to fake this one. This time he's going to hold it a little bit. He tries to go up. He fumbled his first attempt. He gets down to about the 2-yard line. And when you're this close to the red zone, who else are you going to give it to but the touchdown vulture himself? This time he's taking no touchdowns away from anybody because he's keeping them. Sean Stewart back in the end zone. So going into halftime, we have an 8-point lead against number 13 Florida State. It's been a rocky game, but we're starting to see some good progress. Florida State gets the ball right back. They have an opportunity to start this half with, fixing a couple of errors and putting some points on the board. And what a play here to Martin. This time we're going to see Hemphill come into the tackle after Shackelford can't get it. Honestly, just a great pass there by Jones. We're in a little bit of zone coverage. We had Hemphill underneath. Shackelford had the over the top, and he just couldn't quite get there as Fry comes in for another tackle. Jones only has 1 running back in the backfield. This time it's Jackson, who again was injured earlier, but has come back. They slide Washington over. Lowe trying to get back there. We get some hits in the backfield. No one's getting fully a tackle, and DeMel Hill comes up with a loss of 3. We started so many young players last season, so many improving players, and a lot of those guys are getting an opportunity to step up big this season. You love to see it. Unfortunately, nobody stepped up big there to stop Cliff Washington as he picks up 12. Florida State, despite losing right now, they have 3 more first downs than we had. They just had some situations where they couldn't actually score in the red zone. Their last trip there ended up being a fruitful one. Chris Bass chasing down the running back, and he's all over that one. Second down for Florida State. They go under center with their quarterback. The blitz is heavy. The slant routes are crucial now. They pick up 7 more with Frederick. Ben Jones, still no passing touchdowns so far today. 1 running back in the backfield, a pretty heavy lineup. They go with the running back. Jackson's going to try to get there, but he's not. What a stop to make it 4th and 1. It's like George Fry ended up getting in on that one. He's been unbelievable so far today. This man's almost at, I believe, he has 7 tackles in the afternoon. Florida State, another field goal they line up. This one's going to be close. That one is going to barely be good as we go into another studio update here. We're going to see that Ohio State is still tied with Boston College in the 3rd quarter now. Sean Stewart's been really patient, but he's been super effective so far in today's game. We haven't used him an insane amount. Again, we don't want to overuse him, but we know this dude is effective. And look, we get it. He hasn't had a ton of carries on his body, so he should be fresh. We do not want to burn this dude out early in the season. Use him when we need to. Use him to be effective, but do not get this dude injured. We need him healthy because the options behind him are pretty much wide receivers and some other guys that we don't necessarily want to have. And good Lord, what is that pass? McDonald's had a pretty good game. Still trying to figure out some plays that maybe he should not throw the ball to, but ultimately he's had a good one. 2nd and 17. Heavy blitz on that left-hand side. He's going down the field. McDonald making some moves. McDonald keeps it going and picks up almost all the first down. Missed our last first down conversion. We have Terrence Williams lining up at running back this time. Williams looking pretty good here. Goes in the middle of the field and picks up 13. 4 minutes left here in the 3rd. Again, we got a 5-point lead. We're just trying to lock in at the moment. McDonald immediately feels the pressure. The guys are all over him. He probably should have hit Y underneath, but he has to get rid of it. McDonald pretty gas, makes an adjustment here. Back to the play action. Throws one, and it's just the pressure is all over him at this point. 3rd down and 10. Dropping, honestly, too far back. You can see it every time. McDonald is just running for his life back there. We've got to step up, make some good throws, and I'll let Florida State chase us around like they are right now. Our defense has honestly been really, really good today. The one thing we wish we would see is just Florida State try us a little bit deeper down the field. We really excel with a lot of our guys deep down the field, like Hemphill, Fowler, Bernard Harvey, even Shackelford can make some plays down there. But at the same time, with them knowing really our strengths and weaknesses, they know they probably should not be doing that. So they've been going for underneath stuff pretty much nonstop. The one here, they test Fowler. As we say it, they test Matthew Fowler. They got greedy, and look what happened. We got the ball right back. The ball right back with the passing game being a little sketchy. We're going here to the run game and see what we got here. Sean Stewart finding some room, fighting through, and picks up a good 8 yards. Play selection has been pretty balanced, I think, so far. McDonald going right back here. Stewart ready to go, runs into his own man, still spins around and picks up 6. 2 minutes left here in the 3rd. McDonald slides Willis over a little bit. He's got a guy underneath. This time he's going to find the doctor, Mr. CTE himself. He picks up 11. Almost 200 yards passing from McDonald. The true freshman's looked honestly pretty good. Williams is going to slide over. Takes a little bit of a wide receiver reverse. Spins inside again. He's shown some good potential at running back so far as he gets 2. Stewart looking for another carry. Takes this one underneath. He's got the blocking he needs. He's trying to find the room, but he cannot get off his own guy, and he only gets 4. Under a minute left. Halfback screen feels like the perfect play call here. It's looking pretty good. Stewart cuts up, and they're going to get him down inside of the 5. Unreal stop by Florida State. We obviously have our brand new kicker in. Hancock has went on to the NFL. We have Aiden Bailey in. Bailey, his first career field goal attempt is going to be good. Our lead is to 8 now. Again, we could have went for the touchdown. But we want to make sure we get those points. How does Florida State answer back here? 3rd quarter is winding down. Only about 26 seconds left. What does their quarterback ultimately do here? A lot of pressure on him, and he gets a big-time letdown here as Kendall Owens comes in off the edge, fights off the left tackle, says, you know what? I'm getting my first career sack. We obviously have a massive hole, that we have left over from Moses and Mullins, but we're having some young fellas step up right now, and you love to see it. Big play here. Lowe's coming in, trying to put pressure on the quarterback. The quarterback is in shambles, throws a pass, and look at George Fry step up and get a deflection. It's been a battle, but our guys are just trying to stay alive right now. Keep Florida State away from getting a first down. They have another guy. This time it's Washington. The tight end finds a way to get open, and he's just completely uncovered. So close to just getting the ball back, grinding the clock out, and putting this game away, but Florida State keeps the door open. The quarterback again, trying to dance around, throws one. It's over Hemphill and company, but Bernard Harvey's able to wrestle that one out. And look, I get it. Hemphill hasn't really forced a turnover. You haven't really seen him a ton today, but he's honestly played really good coverage, and I'm honestly here for that. This ball going back to the running back Jackson, who was out for a little bit earlier in today's game, gets tackled by Fry again after 8. George Fry's up to 8 tackles, 2 of those being for a loss. Trying to get the pressure on Jones. This offensive line is blocking incredibly well so far, but look at the big hit. Looks like Rutledge coming in off the edge. We're going to see another sack, the second on that drive, and it is by Rutledge. There's only so long you can really hold protection. We have so many guys being sent at you there. We have a lot of guys that are physical, strong, athletic, that are agile. They're going to get to you at some point. This ball's going to be kicked to Hemphill. First row punt return we're seeing from him. Hemphill looking to get some awards on that side of the football today. Is not going to have a good return, only gets 8. 6:43 in the clock. We got the ball back. We know what we got to do. Run the football, get some conversions, and just make Florida State sweat a little bit. Sean Stewart fights Stu again. He's hard to bring down after one hit. It usually takes multiple. Stewart, though, has looked really good so far in today's game. Not really the yardage he probably wants, but still. Solid gain, solid gain, solid gain. 3rd and short here, going right back to him. Stewart finds a way every single time. Back to back 4-yard carries to make sure he gets the first. First down again. Going underneath, this time to Baker. Look at Tom Baker, Mr. CTE himself. Another good game. Our passing game has some work. Our young quarterback needs to get that arm a little bit stronger, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. This offense is looking like it's clicking. Florida State is a really tough defense, and we're stepping up big up against them. But Sean Stewart gets one of his worst runs of the game. Stewart's up to about 75 yards rushing on the afternoon. Riley's going to come in the backfield. Little dump off here to RJ Riley, who makes some people move. I saw a man touch the earth on that one. Pick up your ankles, pick up your face, whatever you got to do. He gets 7 yards in that reception, and oddly enough, that brings him to 0 for the game, because we had that really bad pass to him previously. 3rd and 4. Going here to Sean Stewart. Sean Stewart making some moves of his own. He's going to get 7 to make sure he has the first. 4.5 minutes left. The team's clicking. Minor slides over. Little play action again. This could have been terrible, but RJ Riley went right to the ball. What a magnet. We talked about it a little bit earlier. When you got a young, true freshman quarterback out there playing, he's going to be rattled. He's going to make some throws, and maybe he trusts his receivers a little too much, and we definitely saw one there. But like the true professional he is, good Lord, did he make a play. RJ Riley saving what could have been an interception there. That play maybe doesn't ever get called again. 3rd and 15. A little bit out of field goal range, I would honestly argue, for a guy, but we'll see what we honestly have here. McDonald. A lot of time, throws one. It's Jeremy Willis who gets out of bounds, but not before he gets 18 yards in the first. It was honestly a dot by McDonald. He throws it over the guy as he's getting hit, and it's just perfect placement. We're going to switch things up a little bit here. Go with an inside run. They were queuing into that read option a little bit. Stewart's going to fight forward. Stewart's going to get a first down and a whole lot more. Under 3 minutes, we're inside the 5. This feels like we're just putting the game away at this point. Show what Cascade Valley does best. When we have them on the ropes, we want to make sure we get in the end zone and seal this game. And Sean Stewart goes in untouched. 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. The touchdown vultures getting him all himself today. With the score moving out at 31-16, things are not looking so good for Florida State. They got the ball with 2:41 left. And they're going to need some points. They're going to need some points pretty quick as Chris Baskin's up for another tackle. And to be honest, I'm a little surprised they're actually running the football there when they're down double digits at this point. But hey, I'm not the offensive coordinator there at Florida State. They slide their guy back over. Watching the underneath. They go there. Fry is just a little bit too late, and they're going to end up getting another first with Frederick. Hurry up offense for FSU, obviously. 2:08 on the clock now. Back in shotgun with Jackson in the backfield with him. Fry patrol in the middle. He gets hit as he throws it. Kendall Owens getting back to the quarterback for some more pressure. The plays haven't really been as flashy as you might have hoped for from Cascade Valley, but the way we've played in pass coverage has been incredible. 2 interceptions forced. Not really an insane amount of yards deep down the field. When they try this deep, it hasn't worked. Across the middle, sure, it's worked a little bit. But not giving up a passing touchdown so far is just incredible work. Quarterback's back under center. I don't know if he's going to go with the spike. He ends up not going with the spike. We got our guys running a little bit. He pump fakes. He's going to get sacked again. Looks like Rutledge back there again. I mean, we talked about the covers. It's absolutely a covered sack there. Jones was looking, couldn't find anything, and our guys were all over ready to make sure we got a play. Jones again, running. This time he gets hit from Rutledge for back-to-back plays. That was going to be incomplete. 3rd and 16. The crowd is absolutely hyped. We're just trying to make sure they don't get a first down here. Jones is pretty gassed. End up going with the QB, obviously with a halfback draw. This goes for way more yards than we wanted, and they end up getting down to 4th and 5. Big 4th down. We want to obviously bring a little bit of pressure here. Jones is pretty gassed. We're hoping he can't really move a lot. They go with the wide receiver screen, and Fowler's all over. It's going to be a turnover on downs. We have the ball back, and we're sealing the deal. A close game early, but again, I think really all that work we gave these young guys late last season and in the season helped out a ton. Sean Stewart is first player of the game in a long time. 118 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 receptions for 29 yards, and a touchdown. That's a great way to show that maybe you were the talent behind the Heisman winning running back that maybe deserved a little bit more shine. All right. You've been patient. It is time for the big announcement. Thanks for watching this entire video, but the big announcement is officially, finally, you guys have been asking for it. You have some Cascade Valley merch. We have a national championship shirt we're going to be using to celebrate. Think of it as like the championship ring some teams get. You get a championship shirt. You can get it in white, black, or autumn, which is really just a fancy way to say orange. 3 colors available, tons of sizes. Go ahead and get it while it's available right now. Oh, and just a little heads up, if this merch sells really, really well, I have a number in my mind, but if it sells really well, I'll do some jerseys or some jersey shirts to maybe have some of your favorite players. Maybe a Mike Hemphill, maybe a Jason Barr, a John McConnell, maybe a touchdown vulture. You never know. If this merch sells well for this national title shirts, we'll do some more. Enjoy the video. Recapping the stats, McDonald goes 16-23 for 2 touchdowns and interception, got sacked twice, but honestly, as a true freshman, I think he played very well today, and there's really a good footprint that we can build on with him. On the ground, Stewart again, 118, 2 touchdowns, had a fumble, got overturned. You love to see that. McDonald fumbled at his first ever carry, which wasn't great. And Williams honestly looked like a pretty solid backup running back. Despite being 6'3", the dude can run a little bit. In the air, we see Jeremy Willis, 4 grabs, 72 yards, no touchdown. Sean Stewart had 1 receiving touchdown for us with 29 yards. Riley gets 10, Baker gets 41, Minor was 69, and that big touchdown. We have a lot we loved what we saw today on offense, and again, we'll work on getting the passing game more involved. We just got to make sure the running game took over considering our turnover issues. On the defensive side, George Fry and Chris Bass were dominant. We see the true freshman George Fry come out here with 9 solo tackles, 3 tackles for loss, an interception, and a sack. Player of the game defensively, in my opinion. Chris Bass had a great first half, slowed down in the second half, but 9 tackles for him with 1 being for a loss. From a sack perspective, we see 2 from Tony Rutledge, who played great today, with 1 from Kendall Owens and George Fry. Interceptions again, we had 1 from Matthew Fowler and 1 from George Fry. These guys were everywhere and did so much today. We had guys locking up. Hemphill looked more like his old self, just playing great coverage the entire game. I love what I saw from this defense. Some things to work out on offense, but against a top 15 to open the season with so many new players, looking pretty good out there. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.